Dude, why
Need
do you
something to throw
Got
darts at.
With Jim Carrey and Marlon Wayans on it.
No, not that
Yeah.
living color.
Yeah.
Fire Marshal Bill.
Fire, yeah, Fire Marshal Bill.
Oh,
Well,
shit.
oh, by the way, we're live. Hey,
Wait, okay.
hey, everybody. It's almost
What's
here.
up?
And
We were talking about Fire Marshal Bill.
Wayne just said he was going to send me, because I put up posters all in my room. Maybe I'll show you guys later. Wayne said he was going to send me a living color poster. And man, dude, I mean, what is the coincidence of you offering me a living color poster while I'm building a shooting range in my backyard?
I know what you're doing. I'm just good like that.
Amazing. It's
I
amazing.
like how everything works out.
It's a coincidence. Huh? While I'm building the gun range, I got really mad. I was like, fuck, why did I send those Def Leppard singles to Wayne?
Oh, somebody's got their sound on.
I just turned my phone on. So yeah, we're good.
I appreciate those Def Leppard singles, by the way. It was very cool. But now I got to find the rest of them.
You're very welcome. How many's missing?
Ralph, you sent me one. I can't remember
4.
which one it was. Count
I
Ralph
maybe
has sent
3 or
me some
4
45s, and there was one. There was one in there. I can't remember which one it was now. I have a couple of those.
But which is the one? How many are left, Wayne? What are you missing?
I don't know. They're over there. I don't know. I'd have to look.
That was given to me in the 80s.
Wow, so they're original ones, yeah.
By somebody.
I don't think they reissued them or anything. So
yeah. Hey, somebody's joining. I guess it's Manny.
Manny.
It says
Manny's gonna join us. He's not on a date.
Or at the bar.
He's not impregnating somebody now.
He got stood up tonight.
I was at a car show a few weeks ago, and I got some.
Hey, how you guys?
What's up, man? We were just wondering if you were on a date.
No. I have a cold. I went to my kid's graduation yesterday. Apparently, I got sick. He goes to special ed school. He's got autism, but so these kids don't always have the best.
Hygiene.
I don't know. Yeah, thank you. I couldn't think of that. So anyway, it's good to be back, lads.
Yeah.
I was at a car show last weekend, and I stumbled across a guy selling records, and they were $1 each, so I grabbed a couple at fair warning.
Wow, what a steal for $1!
No kidding.
Always were $1. Yeah, 1984.
I never get deals like that.
I just noticed
like that since 1984.
Is it supposed to be upside down on the
back? Yep.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just noticed that. I don't think it's like that on the CD. And I found this. I thought this was interesting. Just to
see I have that. I have that.
Oh, that's great.
Pretty women.
I love everything ever made.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's great for $1. Something rare like that. That's
awesome.
Yeah.
That was $1.
Ah, killer!
Wow.
That first.
You can easily sell these for 15 a piece.
I know. That's why I go, how much you want? And he goes, make me an offer. I said, about $1 each. He's like, all right. Just wanted to get rid of them, I guess. Queen 2.
Nice.
That's my favorite Queen album, but the
Queen 2.
Awesome.
Yeah, but the first Queen album I think is the most metal Queen album.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And, the last one I got was in color.
Cheap Trick.
Not in living color, but in color.
Yeah, I gotta say, it's so weird that my wife went to a flea market this week and she did the same thing. Every one of these was $1 a piece, and I got doubles. Like these things, a lot of them I already had, but for $1 a piece, she got me Moving Pictures, The Kinks.
Wow,
that's an excellent album.
Asia, some Pat Benatar, Stray Cats, another Pat Benatar, Wish You Were Here.
Oh man,
another Pat Benatar.
$1 each, Pat man. It's like, give them all to me.
Sticks and
Tom
Petty and Heartbreakers. All $1 a piece. Oh, and one more. Steppenwolf. Steppenwolf was in there too.
Nice.
My favorite.
Now the question, Count Ralph, is: are you going to file these with your records, or are they going in the garage with all the
Yeah,
records?
that's what I was
They've
gonna
been
ask.
they've been sitting out here for like a week now, and I haven't put them any of them away. I gotta check with the ones that I already have in my collection and see which one's better condition, and then I'll just give them away. I give away my ones. I don't sell them on eBay or not. I got friends that are collectors, so anything I get doubles, I just get it out of the house and give it away.
Very
Let me
cool.
tell you, man, that Tom Petty album has a song on there called "Something Big." Best goddamn Tom Petty song ever.
Be right back.
Good.
And that's right. I just took the Lord's name in vain. That was bad of me.
That was
And then
fun.
last week when you mentioned about Amazon having like some sales on vinyl,
Yeah.
I went and searched a lot of stuff, and they had this X Cops EP that was released, I think, like last year. I totally forgot
Oh,
about it.
that's awesome.
So I
X
got that.
Cops.
Yeah,
Oh, that's a brand new one. I haven't even heard that
Yeah.
one yet. I got the original on CD and I got a 7-inch
Yeah.
from them back in the day.
but this is something new. I think it was released when the hell was it? Yeah, last year. It's in, a bunch of new songs. So got that. That was only $10 too on a record. And I don't know if anybody's a fan of Volbeat, but I grabbed that too. That was pretty cheap. I think it was like $12 or something. And have that. And this one, even though this like hype sticker from this weirdos on top of here, I wanted this album. And this is like $23 or whatever. Brutal Planet from Alice Cooper. Always wanted to have this on record. Really cool. But yeah, I can't wait to get rid of that hype sticker there.
Yo, you got to read the hype sticker because I couldn't see it in your photo.
Oh, were
What
you
exactly
serious?
does it say? Can you just read it?
You can
Yeah, I
ask
couldn't
the man.
read
He's
it.
right
It was
there.
blurry.
He knows what he
I blew it up to try to read it. I thought, holy shit, how fucking cool is that? He's on the hype sticker.
Let's see how good he is. Do you remember what you wrote?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alice Cooper rules. Wayne Noon does. That's what I said on there, right?
That's exactly right. Wow, you're good. It says the king of shock rock at his darkest while taking an industrial metal dive circa 2000. Alice Cooper showed us all how reality can be more horrific than made up. Horror boogeyman on this brutal planet. Ralph Vieira and Rock and Metal Combat Podcast.
Hey, let me
Wow.
tell you.
How did that come about? How the fuck did that come about where you
All right.
picked your quote out of everything? That's crazy.
Oh,
How
well,
cool.
they asked me for a quote. Now here's the
Oh
thing.
shit. I thought they maybe just clipped something from your podcast, but wow, that's
No.
awesome.
Now what happened is I'm good friends with the guy that worked for E1 at the time. Now he's on another record company. But anyway, he I was the one because they released Dragontown, and he keeps sending me fucking vinyl, all the new vinyl that they're releasing. And he sent me Dragontown like a year or two before it. And I said to him, hey man, do you guys own Brutal Planet? And he goes, oh, I'll check. And then he goes, yeah, we do. I go, dude, that should come out instead of Dragontown. You should put that out. So I had something to do with the release of it as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
So,
And on top of that, I was one time on stage with Alice Cooper throwing out balloons. Did you guys ever see that?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
I don't think so.
I didn't see that. That's awesome.
I didn't see it.
It was it was my friend Stephen Kirsch. He was at the show, and I knew I was going to throw out balloons. All right, here's another thing, and I feel kind of guilty about this. A friend of mine hooked me up with a VIP meet and greet with Alice Cooper, right? And from the meet and greet, one of them gets picked and gets to go on stage and throw balloons. And they picked me. And when I went to go do the meet and greet, and the people out there for meet and greet, I felt so guilty. They paid, and I didn't, And it was when Alice Cooper destroyed Motley Crue. That was the farewell Motley Crue tour, and Alice Cooper came out and destroyed. And then I met him afterwards, and I miss girls. I hear girls playing. I'm like, God, I hate that song. I don't care. I'm missing. But anyway, where else was I going with this? I don't know. All I know is that guy. I don't want to give out his name because people start probably, hey man, can I get one? Because the whole way I got a connection with the guy, I was on that Three Sides of the Coin podcast, and they had a picture disc of Ace Frehley that it was a lottery, and I was saying, hey, I want that shit. Just throw in my name in a big piece of paper. And the guy from E1 saw that episode, and that's how we got in touch. And he just sent me, because he's on another record, he sent me the new Blue Cheer. I haven't heard it yet though.
Oh, Junk?
No, I forget the name of it.
Yeah, I think it's
Is that a
Junk.
record store? There was one that came out for Record Store Day.
Yeah, they released it on wider release on CD the day after. Here's the only thing I got was one of you mentioned Amazon was doing shipping, and this is $10 for UFO on vinyl, 7 Deadly, which I already had on CD, but I thought I'd grab it on vinyl. It may still be
Nice.
out there, but it was $10. So
There's what he sent me.
yeah, that's it. Junk.
That's
the
it.
record
Junk.
store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna listen to it tonight. But yeah, he's always sending me vinyl. Like this whole wall here is full of Ace Frehley picture discs. Single one of them I got from him. You know, he just. But not only him, there's so many people that send me stuff, and all I can say that people that say people suck don't know the people I know.
Yep.
Anyway,
I ain't got sent shit.
Yeah, Ralph.
I know there's four
Wayne,
other people
we
on the
don't
show,
have enough
guys. Come on.
fans, Wayne. Wayne, you and I
That's
don't
why
have
Tony
enough
started
fans.
his own channel. That's why
Yeah.
Tony started his own channel, because they'd be like, "Oh, I have something that he doesn't have in the Wasp collection.
yeah,
Or, here's a
yeah.
YT he doesn't have. Oh, here, Tony."
Send it. Send
You
it
gotta
on.
put your
people.
address
Send
at
it.
the end of every episode. Your address should just come up as like a little thing at the end of everything. Send all unwanted
No, that's when you have
albums
to get a
this
P.
address.
That's when you have to get a PO box, so
yeah.
you know you can.
Yeah.
You don't have rabid fans showing up at your house.
I give what I do is I give my real address, right? And the reason I give my real address is because I legally have a gun permit. And I have guns. And man, how cool would it be to murder somebody that breaks into my house? That would be the coolest shit ever. Somebody breaks in my house and I shoot him in the head. I'd be like, damn, that was cool. Can you imagine
got-
the
You have to
rush-
start an episode like immediately and be like, while the blood's still dripping on the wall, you just start an episode and be like, "Yeah, that just happened."
Yeah,
But,
Florida
it's-
has to stand your ground law, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
There you go.
But Ralph,
What if he was
you know,
breaking
you-
in
you-
just to give you a record?
Ralph, you're making a joke about it, but the reality is people would actually do that in real life. They shoot someone and start filming live on Facebook and YouTube.
Facebook Live.
I wasn't thinking of filming it, but thanks for the idea, guys.
Oh, you'd have to call it "Almost Dead" episode while they're still heart's still beating.
Yeah.
Almost alive.
Maybe you'll get some subscribers finally. That's what you need to do.
Yeah, here's my prediction. Dio's gonna rack up on some rare shit. I predict that shit because Tony.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, by the way, Ralph, I meant to tell you that Judas Priest live the guy sent you. I looked into it. That is an original because they have not done an unofficial version of it yet. I checked with my guy in the unofficial world, and he said I wish they would do that one. Yeah,
And let me tell
and
you,
live in London.
they did a great job because it sounds really good.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, no, the one you got is the original. It's the original. It's not unofficial. Yeah, and that's like a $350 record if you buy it.
Man,
Hey,
that's
wow.
Nice SPV original pressing.
His name is Mr. D. Mr. D.
Mr. D.
Also sent me the devil.
Is that Mr. Drummond?
Yeah. He's still alive.
He's still alive.
Where all the kids are dead.
Yeah. He's adopted Ralph now. So Yeah.
But yeah, Mr. D sent
Well,
me.
Ralph's not black. He's not going to adopt him. There's no
What you
spiritual
talking about,
potential
Willis?
in
He's
Ralph.
still alive.
Yeah. What you talking about,
Willis
Willis?
is still.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, Willis
What
is
you
still
talking
with
about?
us.
Willis is still alive.
hey,
There's no sitcom potential with Ralph being adopted. Anyway, go ahead.
I don't know if this is true or not. Maybe it's some bullshit, but I was sitting on Facebook for a second. I had to start the show. Lamont died from Sanford and Son. Did that happen?
I haven't heard anything about it.
No,
I,
it's,
I thought
I
he
only-
died. I thought he died a long time ago.
Yeah, I thought so
actually.
too.
No,
No, just his career, Ralph. Just his career.
I've
But,
seen nothing about that. I
Yeah,
watch
Cool and the Gang guy died. You know,
I watch Jason Green's podcast, Wasting Time with Jason Green. Jason, he's like the manager of he manages Stephen Piercy. He always makes these videos out on the road with him. But he goes to fit locations, like famous locations and stuff that shows are filmed at. He recently went to the Sanford and Son house where you see Lamont come up on the truck down the street and turn into the junkyard.
Cool.
He found that building. I mean, of course, they filmed the show on a sound stage, but they had an actual location for the outside, intro filming or whatever. He went there, and it's that was pretty cool.
Does it still look the same?
No, it's completely the building's been completely redone.
Well, then who gives a fuck if he was in front of it? Then, jeez. God.
But it's cool because it shows the street and it's still got the driveway where he pulls in.
But if it doesn't look like Ghetto Town, who wants to see it?
Yeah, he did an episode where we went to the Brady house. In the Brady house, that was a house they just used, but then they went in. I think that station that network that does house remodeling, they actually remodeled the inside of the house to look like the Brady house that was on the sound stage. That's really cool. And that was not a 2-story house, so they had to make it a 2-story house. So when you walk in, it drops down. Yeah.
Oh wow,
cool.
That's weird.
He has not died, by the way.
Billy Corgan just has now a podcast on YouTube, and he interviewed whatever Cindy's name is. He's actually a very good interviewer, very intelligent guy. Actually, I don't give a rat's ass about the Brady Bunch, yet he had me engaged, listening, interviewing Susan Olsen or whatever the hell her name is.
He's like a
Gene
big
Simmons
metalhead
interview
too.
was
Like
good.
he talks a lot. Like he grew up as a total metalhead. He knows
a
a wall of
wrestling
metal
fan.
shit.
Well, he owns
NWA.
I haven't seen that one, Ralph, with Gene Simmons, but I'm going to check it out. But he's a very intelligent guy. I mean, you kind of got that anyway, but I don't realize how smart he is. It's at least as an interviewer. Some of his lyrics are pretty dumb, but I like Smashing Pumpkins. But
Well, I hope so. You're wearing a T-shirt.
I
am actually, yeah.
freaking hate that band.
I like it.
I never liked him either, but I seen that he's like a metalhead.
The Voice.
Yeah.
I said
Yeah,
it I have never heard a worse song than 1979. I think that's the worst song I ever heard in my life.
Kind of gets on my nerves.
Yeah,
He does like Number of the Beast on some movie. I remember he like covered
Yeah, he did
Number
an
of the Beast.
acoustic
I don't know
version
if-
of Number of the Beast.
Yeah,
He
I didn't
did
know
it
if it
in-
was-
it's a movie called
yeah.
Spun.
What?
Yeah, Spun.
Seriously?
Yes, it's called
Oh,
Spun.
yeah,
and
Spun,
the
yeah.
the
Yep,
opening
yeah.
credits. The opening credits is an acoustic version of Number of the Beast done by Billy Corgan.
I like,
Yeah.
but he's like the Bob Dylan of alternative rock when it comes to that voice. I mean, I like Bob Dylan, but it's definitely an acquired taste. And I heard Ralph says I think both Ralphs hate it. So, Tony, what do you think of Smashing Pumpkins?
Never been a fan. I mean, that song "Rat in the Cage" is pretty cool. Other than that, I've never heard anything that I really like by him. I've worked a couple shows for him. I actually took Billy Corgan to his hotel. I was working as a runner. Took him and his wife to a hotel after the show, and he was asking me where like local record stores were and stuff. So I told him because they stayed over, and he actually went to a couple of the shops because a friend of mine ran one of the shops. He's like, "Yeah, Billy Corgan came in." So, yeah, cool.
Well, I agree. I do agree the Smashing Pumpkins are an acquired taste, and what's also an acquired taste? Cum.
I used to like
Uh,
smashing pumpkins on mischief night, like the night before Halloween. Me and my friends would go around just fucking smash everything around the town and stuff every fucking year. Used to be my
Smashing
favorite holiday was
pumpkins,
the night
scarecrows.
before Halloween.
My house is like, almost completely done, right? And
right.
I'm gonna have like a barbecue, but I gotta have several because there's not enough parking for all my friends. And I'm gonna have Bobby Gustafson from Overkill and Danny Spitz, who was in Black Sabbath, here at my house at the same time. And then Al Horta
You
said,
mean
"Hey,"
Dave Spitz?
Yeah, Dave Spitz.
did I say Dan?
Dave, Danny,
Dan,
yeah.
No,
Yeah, Dan.
I said Dan one time to him. He got pissed.
He lives in Florida too, though, right?
Yeah, he's a lawyer.
Danny lives in Florida.
He's a lawyer, but he still plays. Anyway,
I thought he was a clockmaker.
That Danny makes
that's
clocks.
No,
Dave's a
that's
lawyer.
the other.
Oh, Dave's a lawyer. Oh, okay.
Boy, you Ralphs are just into pissing off Anthrax Black Sabbath members today.
but my point is that Al Horta asked to come, and
Oh,
I said bring Manny.
Yeah, I'll go, dude. That would be fun.
Yeah,
Plus,
bro.
you placed the scour for babes, so good job.
Anyway, we're 22 minutes into it, and we haven't touched upon the subject yet.
no. There's a lot to talk about in the chat, though.
Oh, go in the chat for a second. We'll
I'm
get
in
it.
the chat. I'm
Let's
in
go.
the chat. What are we doing here?
People talking about smashing pumpkins.
Yeah, they are talking about special. The new Maiden drummer really shot some life into the live show. The Buddha show looked great and sounded great. Phantom of the Opera is a standard, a must play. What's up, Dio? Man, I got to give big props. The new Maiden drummer, he did a fantastic job. Not a bad set list.
What's up, Sean?
I see a lot of people complaining about the set list. We even talked about that last night on our show.
Yeah, we did.
We did. But they're playing the first 9 albums, and I don't, I wish they would play some more deeper tracks, which we talked about. But they're playing songs that people know and people like. So I don't. Do you guys have a problem with the set list that they've done so far?
Man, I'm looking at it right here. I just pulled it up. I mean, you opened with Ides of March, In the Murders in the Rue Morgue, Wrathchild, Killers, Phantom of the Opera, Number the Beast, Clairvoyant. I mean, I could go home after Number the Beast and be happy just to see that opening.
Four songs from four songs.
Yeah.
Well, it's 5. They actually played 5 from the first 2 albums.
Yeah, that's a good.
They did.
What's the?
They-
the
I
other
mean,
song?
Run to the
Five off the
Hills
first
and
2
stuff
albums?
is kind of out. It's played to death. But I mean, I have no problem with this set list at all. I mean,
I would move Run to the Hills out. That's the one song I think, just because we fucking heard it a zillion times. That's the one song that I wouldn't mind seeing switched out. I mean, there's probably a couple that I would switch out, but that's the main one.
I can't stand the Clairvoyant. Take that shit out. Everything else is fine. That's the only song I don't like.
I'm not a big fan of that song either, but I'm like, whatever. It is what you got. I mean, the set list is so good. You got to have a bathroom beer break somewhere, and the Clairvoyant would be perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be. But everything else they played, I was fine with. And I by the way, somebody donated for me to talk about this, and I put it up today at 4. So, I'm just going to be repeating if you didn't watch the video. But, the set list was fine. The drummer was fine. He flubbed for a millisecond during Murders in the Rue Morgue. The opening, he flubbed. And I was like, uh-oh. But hey, it's his first show, But
Man, he'll get it. He'll get it. He's got a small kit. Everybody's complaining about the size of his kit. But
I thought that was cool. You can actually see him. You could see him play. Like you couldn't see Nico. You just seen his head.
No.
And that was it. You see the sticks,
I think so. I think that's what it is. People just used to see Nico's kit.
But he's not Nico. He's his own guy.
Yeah, he's his own guy, and he's got a normal size kit. And,
yeah.
So you guys all watched the whole concert on YouTube? You all watched it?
I watched not all of it, but I went through some of it.
I just watched.
I went an hour and a half. I didn't know we were talking about it until I seen your post, and I said, "Oh, we're talking about Brave New World and the new show that they did. I didn't realize we were doing the show too, so I played it, but I didn't have enough time to go through the whole thing. But I got an hour and a half through it, and I thought it was great.
Ralph,
I definitely want to see
pretty
it now.
Ralph, that's a long time, an hour and a half to watch a show. I mean, that's pretty good.
Well,
So
it's
that's
2 hours. The whole video was two. It was 2 hours, so that's cool that they do a full 2 hour set.
Wow.
I think that's really good.
Does anybody do 2 hours anymore? It's usually 70 minutes. That's wow.
Yeah, 70 minutes is usually
Yep,
90 minutes tops. Yeah.
This ain't a complaint, but I did notice the songs were played a little bit slower than usual.
I noticed that too. Yes. Yeah.
I noticed
Yeah,
Janet
not
Gears wasn't dancing and tiptoeing around doing his like dance as much. He was doing a little bit, but maybe he's getting older. But
He's
it's kind of
getting
a
older,
good thing.
man.
He's a little bit more laid back. Yeah, he's not tiptoeing through the tulips the whole time.
Well, let me tell you, when it comes to age, it's good for Yannick Gears, man. Enough of that shit.
Yeah, yeah, slow him down a little bit.
You know, I want to, you know what I want to do to him? What Tanya Harding did to that chick. I want to break,
It's a clubbing.
I want to break his knees so he can stop acting like a fool.
You got to hijack the guy who's dressed as Eddie that night when he's running in between his legs the whole time with his guitar, and you just fucking club him one by accident.
Yeah. Yeah, the last time I saw Slayer, last time I saw Maiden, I shit you not. Like most of the show, I had this eye closed and I'm looking at the Peace of Mind lineup. You know what I'm saying? You know, this fool is over here doing ballerina shit, and I'm just focused. I can't see him. I can only see this many people of the Peace of Mind, and it made for a better show.
Yo, the whole show that I watched, stage left was Janik, and Dave and Adrian were stage right. So if you're getting tickets on the floor, just make sure you get stage right, because he stayed over there the whole time, had his dancing area. He can't be dancing into those guys. They'd be tripping over each other. So he's got his own little section on the whole right side, and the other two are on the left side, whatever. But make sure you plan that ahead.
It's crazy. It's crazy how, Adrian Smith comes back and they keep Yannick Gears. And I only come to one conclusion. Yannick Gears must have pictures of Steve Harrison farm animals.
I always thought it was cool that they were kind of showed that loyalty there, but in the past they weren't as loyal with like Clive Burr and fucking Dennis Stratton and other people, the other members, like they tossed away like nothing. But it was kind of cool because he was there during those years where they weren't selling out arenas and everything like that. And if he didn't dance around so much, it wouldn't be so bad.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, it's cool that they're loyal to him. They kept him, unlike Def Leppard, that was not loyal at all to Rick Allen's arm at all.
They tossed that shit, right? They did garbage.
Yeah, it's like, oh, fuck your arm. Come on, come with us, but fuck your arm. Leave your arm over there. That's fucking rude. That's not somebody that'll stick near you.
It's terrible.
Anyway, so yeah,
Terrible.
it was a good show. I enjoyed it. I thought the drummer was amazing. No, I don't think he's Clive Burr like Bruce Dickinson said.
I don't think so either. And I think he kind of sounds like Vinny Appice a little bit, or Appice, or however he pens it. Just the way, like, I watched a video of him playing, and he just has the way he moves his arms and stuff, and the way he like kind of plays like hanging over, kind of. It just got a similar feel to that, I think, more than Clive Burr. I understand why people maybe saying that a little bit, because he does have a little bit of that feel, but I don't know. It's just
but Clive Burr had a
He went
swing
dead
to
on
his
swing.
drumming. He had a swing to that Nico didn't have. Nico had power,
right. Yeah.
but Clive
Nico played a lot on the ride cymbals, so, and this guy's not really doing that too much. And
Uh,
but I noticed he's like putting a lot of fills into some songs. I'm like, we need to keep doing all these fills that don't need to be there. Just too much.
I'm more of a Clive Burr fan, but man, two amazing drummers. Alex Marquez, he was in Demolition Hammer, Solstice on, and Will Carroll, Death Angel. Both of them like Nico better. Oh,
Yeah, I do too.
by the way, thank you, the person out there that corrected the way I said Nico. This guy, the way he wrote the comment sounded like tampons were flying out of his ass. He's like, it's not pronounced Nico, it's pronounced Nico. Oh my God, man. I was like, really? This guy. So from now on, I'm going to say it wrong.
Why not?
Fuck him.
Well, I don't know if I'm saying it right or wrong, nor do I give a rat's ass.
I'm going to
but
go a step further, and it's going to be Nico Brain.
McBrien.
McBrien. Yeah, we're going to completely butcher his name. So fuck off.
McBrienski.
This is sad though. In the chat here, Deadeye, he said he got home at 5:30, and some asswipe broke into his house just now, sitting down 3 hours cleaning up broken glass window, boarding up gate to backyard fence. I guess he doesn't have a gun permit. You know, it's a shame.
Well, you got to get one of those
You don't
Art the
need
Clowns
your
and put the
damn
Art the
permit,
Clown in
Florida.
the window. Buy one of those Art the Clowns and put it in the window, man. They will not.
I got one right there.
He'll definitely
Yeah,
not
but
come
the
in for a
guy,
season.
the guy wasn't home. That's the difference. I'll be home when I put a bullet in some scumbag's head and film it. Thanks to you guys.
Alive.
Esther Lee Westerly says new drummer doesn't have the gallop that Nico made famous.
I'm not a drummer. What do you think, Wayne?
I haven't heard him
That's
enough
great.
yet. I have to listen more. I haven't really heard. I only heard 2 songs, and I didn't like listen intently too much on them. But I'll have to check out more.
Have you guys heard anything about Maiden making a new album, new music with
No.
No, I think the last one they said that Nico was leaving, that they were he was going to be maybe on the next album. You know, he just wasn't touring. But I don't think Nico's even up to make new music. I don't know if he can even play anymore, to be honest.
Well, wasn't he touring up till last year when he retired? Or
Yeah.
Yeah. And he
I
played
think
after
he
that,
could,
too.
he,
did
he could
something.
still record an album. He just can't tour extensively like the
I don't
way
know.
they
He
do.
he
You know,
he did some show with
I think
his
he could-
solo band or something like after he left Maiden, and it didn't sound very good. So I don't think.
oh
he
yeah,
can
he
play.
played over in somewhere in Tampa. I didn't go. He
Yeah.
does that every once in a while at the
Yeah,
brass one.
those are all those guys in that band are my friends. They're all my friends.
Invite him to your barbecue.
They're called Titanium Tarts, and and they tour Florida. They'll do like 3-4 shows around. They do that all the time, man. All the fucking time.
Yeah, I talked about how I wore the McBrain Damage shirt one of the episodes we did with about Iron Maiden, but that was what came up state, and he had Dave Spitz with him.
Yeah, I saw that as well. That was the first time. That's the first time I met Dave Spitz. Was that night? It was some kind of.
You mean Dan Spitz?
It was no Dave.
No, Dave.
And
I met both of them that night. Though Dan Spitz actually played the night that I seen him. He came on stage for like 2 songs.
it was Nico's birthday. That was a cool show. It was a really cool show. But now Nico has Paolo, who I think is the greatest singer ever. You know, check out the band Midnight Spell. They're an amazing, amazing singer. And he's the singer of Titanium Tarts. And he can nail any Maiden song you throw at him. He can nail it.
Even the Diana stuff?
Yep.
Midnight Spell right here.
There you go.
Did you know? Wow.
That's their EP.
Yeah, Brian, your drummer's old band.
Yeah.
Wait,
Are they still active or are they just on hiatus?
That's it. They're done.
Yeah, I got the full length album too. It's good stuff, man. I like it.
Amazing. And
well,
but yeah, that was a lot of drama. There was the same type of drama in Midnight Spell that I had in my band. So it was like I understand why he abandoned it. You know, Brian did it quicker than I did. I fucking suffered for a while. Brian was like, "Fuck this shit," and he went and joined England.
Yeah. Now he's in Night Demon. Yep. Great. Good for him.
I wrote a song for Midnight Spell. They recorded it and everything, and I have it. That was supposed to be on the next record. Working on the next record. and Brian asked me to write lyrics because Brian said I'm an amazing lyricist, and I was like, yeah, you're right, man. So I wrote the lyrics to the song, and I sent. He loved it, and they recorded it. He sent me a copy, but it's never going to see the light of day, unfortunately. Good stuff, though.
Okay. They should at least just release it as a digital something, stream
Yeah.
it.
You should just send it to me so I can listen to it.
I'll talk to him. I'll see if Brian comes to my barbecue. If he's around, because the guy's constantly touring with Night Demon.
Yep.
But
Yeah. So
yeah. So anything else for that Maiden show you guys want to talk about before we go into Brave New World?
No, I don't think so.
No. One thing I was gonna say, drummers, the fact that he was able to drum so long, because drummers, man, that takes a toll on their body. That's why I'm impressed with someone like Ian Pace, who's I think 79 years old, still out there drumming, It's incredible.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just seen him last summer and he was fucking still great, man. He's
Oh
really
yeah, man.
still awesome.
I used to play so much that I don't know what the hell it was. It's gone now, obviously. But I used to have like this thing in my wrist, and it used to stick out to here. It's like some kind of, I don't know, whatever was inside of my wrist. Maybe it was a cyst or something. But it was from playing. I played every single night for like 4 hours a day. It does stuff to your body, especially your wrist. It really fucks you up.
I don't know what
It was a drumstick trying to grow out of your fucking arm.
Possibly was.
Probably. Well, who knows? Ian Pace.
It was weird though because it was in my ass first, so that was weird. What is that? You got Brave New World CD.
Yeah, I didn't pull it out. Oh, by the way, wait, continue talking. I got something Iron Maiden related that somebody bought me. See, another thing somebody sent me that.
Guys, there's 4 other people here. I'll give you my address.
Wayne, we need to increase the ratings to Rat Salad Review. So
We do. I'm trying. All these
I
people,
know,
whoever you're
way
watching right
that
now,
way we
whoever
get
you are,
free shit, man.
go over to Rat Salad Review on YouTube and go hit subscribe, and then go over to Tony's page. What's your thing, Tony? Again, I forget.
Tony Dio's Metal Emporium.
Go over there, hit subscribe to that show too.
My buddy
Tony,
my buddy Joseph Vanilla, for those that are that frequent my channel, you know that Joseph donates for a lot of stuff. He sent me Dance to Death because people have asked me to talk about this album lately. And man, the more I hear it, the more I love this album, man.
It's a good album.
Yeah, I think it's their best album after Power Slave.
whoa, really?
I do.
Could never get into it.
You know what, Tom? When I first bought it, I have it on CD. I listened to it a couple times, didn't care for it. But man, when somebody asked me to do a track by track and shit, and I'm listening to it, I was like, man, I don't remember it being this good. So yeah,
That happens a lot. Doing Rock Fantasy Files and other shows, like when you really have to do a deep dive on an album and like think of every song. Do you like this song? What is it about it that you don't like? And all of a sudden, like things that you didn't even realize were great end up being great. Like I found so many albums that I didn't realize how good they were unless I had to do like a comparison to something else,
Yeah,
I should probably go back and listen to that one because it's always had a bad rep with me. It didn't do anything for me when it first came out. It does have Rainmaker on it. I did dig that song. But the video was really cool for that. But that album cover, I think, really threw me off.
Yeah, the cover.
Yeah,
it's crazy how that does that. An album cover fucking makes you see it a little different. Because I'm the same way with that album. I think the album cover it was too slick and just I don't know.
I have a tour poster with that hanging on my ceiling in this room with that cover on it from the tour.
It is, and I think that's part of the problem with this album. I think visually kind of ruins it sonically for some people. Ruined it for me. When I bought it, I didn't care. It's not. I heard it I think I heard it twice that year, and I just never listened to it again. But man, my favorite song on here is Journeyman, the last song. It's fucking awesome. And Monster Go is fucking amazing. Wildest Dreams, great opener. Good stuff, man. Passchendaele. I love this album. And by me gloating about it, Joseph Manella saw an episode and he said, I'm gonna get you that on vinyl. I was like, dude.
I could use it on vinyl too, Joseph.
There's something else he's sending me. He's sending me something I haven't got yet. I forgot what it was, man. Now. The Scream on vinyl. Let It
Cool. That's a good album.
Yeah, he's sending me that on vinyl. So Joseph Manella, bro, he rocks.
Deadeye says, thing is, it doesn't look like they took anything. Oh, all right. He's talking about his house being robbed. It doesn't look like they took anything. My place is so cluttered. The TVs are still here. Computer, laptop, even had $330 in cash. Checkbook on my desk looks like anything is here. So, all right, good.
Maybe
Probably
they were
next
hungry and
door.
just broke in and made a sandwich.
Probably next.
If
door.
certain albums are missing, you know it's an inside job. If like all of a sudden there's like one Iron Maiden, the Soundhouse tapes is missing, but then you're like, all right,
It's probably Joseph and he's sending them all
it's an
around.
inside- Yeah, they're around.
All I can say, the way he describes it, that guy sucks at burglary.
Yeah.
That guy does not know how to
It's a steal.
burglar.
When you
Well, he
get
made-
in the house though, you can't start looking on eBay and going, all right, how much is this album worth?
Well, he says his
How
house
about
is
this one? And
he says his house is cluttered, so maybe he thought somebody else already broke in and they left.
Or maybe they broke in to clean it.
Yeah,
It's one of those
could have been.
hoarder houses.
Yeah. All right.
I'm leaving.
This is disgusting.
Wow.
But anyway, the Brave New World turns what, 25 today?
Yep. Came out in Europe today, and tomorrow it's comes out. It came out in the US actually. Yep.
25
God
years.
damn, a quarter of a century still
It
feels like
doesn't
a
seem-
brand new album.
I know, man.
I'm telling you, I am gonna die soon. These years are too
Yeah,
crazy. All these fucking
yeah.
and here's the thing. Ian, who I do the podcast with, he's always bitching about that. He's like, well, why do I care about this? Why do I care about that? I don't have that much time in life. And I'm like, what the fuck kind of attitude is that? Fuck it, we're all gonna die, make the best of it. I'm not spending my life going, oh my God, I'm gonna die.
Right.
Right.
Why are you gonna waste your life doing that shit? But Ian, he likes to be. I say this. Ian attracts drunken, crazy people. They love Ian because Ian is very irrational. He doesn't talk. When he talks, he's talking gibberish where it doesn't embrace the facts of whatever he's talking about. He's just talking about he's just an angry drunk guy. This and that and that and this, but nothing makes sense. And people love it. There's people out there that Ian is my God. And these are the type of people that every day they're like, fuck the world, fuck this, fuck that. Ian is my God. Anyway, enough of Ian. Let's
Most
go back
people need help.
Brave New World, 25 freaking years ago.
25 years
Yeah.
ago, and I still remember the day that album came out, and I listened to it constantly, and I love it. It's one of my favorite Maiden albums. I think they're probably their best sounding album. I saw the tour. I have a VHS of the video. I saw it at Madison Square Garden.
Me too.
Very good.
I got the tour book from that night. Here's the tour book from that night at Madison
Oh yeah,
Square Garden.
actually, I think I have that. Yeah.
Yep.
I think a friend gave it to me because he joined the fan club or whatever. So he gave me all his tour books. And the girl I was with at the time, she didn't really like metal, but she loved this album, and we actually saw the show together. So that was pretty cool. I just love it. I think it's really good. I know, Ralph, you don't like this album at all, which shocks me because I don't know what's so
Me
bad
too,
about this
Ralph.
album.
What's up with that?
I like 2 songs off this album. I think this album is weak.
Wow.
This is
Wow.
way better.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
I remember
Ralph,
buying it. I remember going to a retail chain record store. Remember those? And
Mhm.
and actually bought, and that's the copy that I bought that day. Yeah.
And one thing that did bother me though, because I remember watching the video for Wicker Man, and the chorus is different on that version.
Yeah, that the video version of Wicker Man has the backing vocals. So what he says, "Your time will come," you hear "Thy will be done," like
Yeah.
backing vocal, and that was only on the video mix, from what I understand. But I had a CD single of it once that had that version on it.
Yeah.
But
Yep. Yeah, I got that.
it was like
I
it was like a radio promo, so I ended up selling it because it was worth a lot. So
Ooh, I had it. I
I
got to see how
didn't
much
keep all
it's
my
worth.
Maiden stuff.
I ended up finding that just by accident one day at a record shop. They were having, they were getting rid of all their stuff. So I was just found it sitting there. It was like $2 or something. I'm like, all right, that's
Yeah.
mine.
Maiden radio singles sell for a lot of money.
I'm holding on to that though. It's not letting go. It's the only place I can.
But that
hear
is a unique version of the song. It is cool.
Yeah, because they usually
What's
don't like
different
layer
on it?
their vocals like that. So it was kind of cool. I thought it was.
What's different about it, guys? What's the difference?
Tony just did a
I
whole
was just
rendition
saying,
of it.
yeah, I did a
Sing it again,
rendition
Tony. Come on.
where it goes, "Your time will come," and it's a little
Sorry,
voice.
I got a
from,
head cold, so
Thy will be done. It comes in. It's the second verse. It comes in like a follow-up chorus to "Your time has come." Look up the video. You'll hear
Look
it.
up the
If you
video,
watch
yeah.
the video for Wicker Man, you'll
I
see what I'm
will.
talking about.
This cold is kicking my ass. Sorry, dudes. It really is, man. I'm like high on NyQuil, not beer and
Actually,
whiskey.
my wife just got over a cold. She had it for 2 weeks. It was worse than when she had COVID. I was like, "Jesus Christ, the hell you got?" I didn't get it, which was strange. What else? Who hasn't talked about this album?
It's
What?
allergy season up here this way.
Yeah.
I think the next cold I get, I'm gonna die because I haven't had a cold. I haven't had a cold in like 15 years, so I know whenever it hits me, like I was scared of COVID,
Mhm.
but I was COVID free the whole time, and I feel like whenever I get a cold again, it's gonna kill me. And all of you can have all my stuff.
All right.
Oh, well, Ralph, I'm 55 now, so I'm close to meeting my maker any day now.
Hey, I'm 60.
Wow. Notice how silent it
I'm
got.
55 too, Manny.
You all,
Yeah, we look fucking great.
you
only
all are a
45.
bunch of fucking babies. 55.
I'm
Fucking
45.
fucking jail.
Oh, the baby over there, Wayne.
And Rodrigo here, he's only 43, and he got Brave New World was only was the only album I waited in line to buy before stores opened. Nowadays, this memory is better than the album to me.
Hey, I want him to answer this question.
What's that?
When we went to the store, was there already a line? Like, answer that. I'm curious. Like, when the Maiden came out, was there a line of people to get it at the record store?
There was a lot of hype about it. There really was.
I think
mean,
this came out. It was like the tail end of that kind of thing, though. I think waiting at the record store.
First time as a first 6-piece album, first Bruce and Adrian back. It was a big deal.
Yeah, it was. For
There
sure.
was kind
Well,
of
they
a-
had already
it was a
done.
big-
They had already done the Ed Hunter tour
Ed Hunter
where they had
tour,
done the
Yeah.
reunion
Yeah.
and went out on tour. So, but yeah, this was the first studio release with Bruce and since Fear the Dark, and first with Adrian since Seventh Son.
Well, even magazines like Entertainment Weekly reviewed the album, so it was a big deal because
Yeah.
those magazines hated anything that smacked of metal. Except
And that's
for-
by the time that metal was starting to come back, like traditional heavy metal was starting to build again by 2000. It was getting popular. You started seeing a lot of bands that had kind of went away during the grunge era in the US mainly. I mean, all these bands had no problems in Europe and Japan and stuff, but in the US, you started seeing a lot of bands from the 80s getting back and going back on tour again and putting new music out. But I think Maiden really was the strong. I mean, they beat Priest to the punch, of course, with doing the reunion. Of course, when I saw the tour, it was Iron Maiden, Queensryche, and a Rob Halford solo band. The Halford band was the opening act.
Oh, that had to be a great show.
Amazing, yes.
Rodrigo said, yes, there were always huge lines in Brazil.
Well,
Even
Oh, Brazil.
He's in
yeah.
Brazil. Hell yeah.
So
Yeah. Metal never
died
went
over there.
like died out over there. Yeah.
that's no surprise
Yeah,
because
no.
I'm telling you, man, the chicks in Brazil and Argentina, all those Latin girls are more metal than all of us. They
Oh
really,
yeah. Totally.
really
Just
are.
look at Rock in Rio. I mean, Jesus, man, look at the crowd that they played for at Rock in Rio. I mean, that was like in 2001 when they did that. Gosh, man, that was just
I have a friend that lives down here. Her name is Monica. She has to be the biggest Iron Maiden fan ever. She was at the Budapest show. She travels to see Iron Maiden. She's close. I mean, she's friendly with them and she takes pictures with them. She's a total Maiden. And she's from Argentina. You know what I mean?
Well, me and
Look at
Wayne,
this ad. Look at this ad in the tour book. Look who they put an ad in for.
yeah.
Well,
Oh, wow.
because he opened the show, I think, right?
That's what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. When I seen him, yeah.
And then Queensryche and Halford opened the show for them.
I saw
Ralph,
that
me and,
show.
well, I was going to say, Ralph, me and Wayne used somebody, and we used to belong to this Art of Metal. This guy named Leo, him and a bunch of people from all over the world would travel every show, or as many as they could, to see Iron Maiden. I never saw anything like it. It was almost like the Grateful Dead of the heavy metal world. They.
What year was that?
Yeah.
What?
That was
He's
God,
still.
what
I
year?
think he's still going. I
Is
don't think
he?
he's ever, yeah, I think so. I don't think he's ever stopped.
I haven't talked to him in years, but he used to go. A matter of fact, as soon as Brave New World came out, or a couple of years out, he started doing that, traveling, a lot.
I was curious because concert tickets have gotten so expensive. It's like really almost impossible to follow a band anymore unless you got tons of money. I mean, we grew up in the period where you go to a concert for $20 or under, and I was telling my coworker today about, I was listening to Brave New World at work today. We were streaming it, and that's so I could kind of get refamiliar. I hadn't listened to it quite a while.
Yeah.
And I was telling them about seeing the show. I saw it. It was August 11th, 2000, and it was in Pittsburgh at the Starlight Amphitheater was where I saw it. And I remember about a month before the show, or just maybe even a few weeks, a friend called me and he says, "Hey, I'm looking on Ticketmaster right now, and there's like 4 seats together. It's like, I think we were on like the 11th or 12th row in the center." He found them, and they were like $40, $45 or something like that. It was cheap for those that's like a $250 seat nowadays,
Yeah.
And we bought them, and we decided to make the trip, and we went. And like I said, so glad we went. I was going to show, I got a tour book as well. This is mine, and it's autographed by the whole band, because when we got there, and I had some friends at the time that worked at CMC Sanctuary, which they had just put out the Rob Halford record, and of course they were tied into Maiden, and they had messaged me. A guy said, "Hey, we're going to set you up to meet Rob Halford. You can meet the Halford band, get your meet and greet." So when we got there, I went to Will Call, and they gave us the passes. There's my pass from the show, and
Nice.
it was it doesn't say anything about Halford on it. It just says Iron Maiden, and I had to choose which one of my 3 buddies that were with me here that could go. They had to basically draw straws over it, and so one of them said, "Hey, that didn't say anything about Halford. That says Iron Maiden. I think it's Iron Maiden meet and greet, because it just says MG at the bottom." So we walked over and asked one of the ushers, and they said, "Yeah, that's Iron Maiden meet and greet. They're coming out during Queensryche's." So we saw Halford, and then we went and stood in the back and waited for Iron Maiden. We missed the Queensryche set, and I had met Bruce and Adrian before, but I had never met everybody else, and everybody came out, man, and it was so cool. And meet and greets like that, I mean, that should be for the diehard fans. There was some dude back there, and I don't know how he got back there, but he didn't know nothing about Iron Maiden, evidently, because he had those those little rock and roll trading cards. He had all the ones of Iron Maiden, and when they were coming out, he was going to get them to sign. He's asking me, "Which one is this? Which guy is this?"
Oh God!
Well, I started pointing at the wrong guy. And it was funny to watch, like, watch Yannick go, "You want me to sign a Nico card?" I mean, I just,
You should have
it's like,
pointed out the roadies. You should have started pointing to the
yeah.
roadies. Oh, that's the guy over there.
One thing I remember though about that too, we were standing there, and Maiden. We got a couple pictures of, and that was the thing. We didn't know we were going to meet Iron Maiden, so I didn't bring a camera. Didn't have a camera. Of course, we didn't have cameras on our phones in 2000, and if you did, it was probably really crappy. And I didn't bring anything, so we ran to the concession stand, the merch stand, and I bought the tour book, and my friend bought a poster.
Awesome.
So we got everything signed and got a couple of pictures and stuff. And I was standing there, I saw Bobby Jerzombek, and I walked over and started talking to him about Riot, because I'm a huge Riot fan. And he's like, "Iron Maiden's over there. You don't want to meet them?" I'm like, "No, man, I want to talk to you. You were in Riot."
Oh, that's cool.
Probably made his head go, "Wow, some guy wants to talk to me."
That's amazing.
Did you pull that tour book out when you did your tour book episode? I don't remember you pulling
No,
that
I
one out.
didn't, because it was hanging. It's framed, and it was hanging in the living room, so I didn't bring it
Yeah,
out.
should have pulled that out.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I thought about it after I filmed it. So, yeah,
And
that happens.
even though this has nothing to do with anything, it just reminded me of the story. There used to be a guy that would be at all the concerts getting autographs and then selling it on eBay.
Yeah, that's what this guy was probably doing.
Well, anyway, I saw Anthrax, and that guy was back there with the albums, wanting everybody to sign it, right? So he got, autographs. And then after the show, we all went to Denny's, and he came in with his little bag of albums, and he took out State of Euphoria and fucking Scotty, and signed it Gene Simmons, and Charlie signed it Paul Stanley. True story.
That's fun.
And he was like, "What the fuck?" And all the other ones were the same. They all signed it Gene Simmons, because they knew this guy. And after, and I think that's fucked up. Fucking, so what? You know what I mean? But oh my God.
Well, you're talking about Charlie and Scott. Like, we just heard Billy Milano go off on them. So there you go. That adds to Billy's story.
I got to do a new story on that. I think it's just hilarious. What he calls Charlie a woman.
Yeah.
And now, so he's doing a show with Scott's kid. Makes sense, because Charlie's a child too. I got to do a new story about that shit.
Yeah.
But so everybody go through Brave New World.
I mean, we can talk about the album.
I've been talking about it.
Go, Ralphus.
What you got, Ralph?
I love it, man. I love it. It's fucking the one I probably listened to the most since they reunited, and it's probably because the hype around it and going to see the tour, and I just have a memory of it, and I haven't listened to it in full in a long time. I listened to it today, and it's like I remembered every song. It was super memorable. I thought it was great, and there was a couple of songs maybe a little too long. But I like how this album has so much upbeatness to it, and I love the clanky bass going throughout it. I like the production of it all. As the albums start going on, they have way too many long songs and not enough upbeat, fast songs. So there's still a little bit of that on this that I like a lot, and I think that what makes it better than as they keep going. It seems like when you look at the new set list for this tour that they're doing like a ton of fucking fast, heavy songs. Why don't they think of throwing like 2 songs on an album? If you're going to do a double album, throw 2 songs that are fast on it to break it up a little bit. Throw more than that, but at least throw a couple. And that's the big problem with a lot of the newer albums, is it's just no fast songs. But if I listen to any song from any Iron Maiden album, like in the later years, if I had to just listen to a song by itself, I'll like it. I won't I'll find things that I like about it. There's always great solos, always cool bass. Bruce is a great singer, but it doesn't work for me as much as a full album with a lot of their albums later on, because they just get long and boring, and I'm just not in the mood to put them on. But if I put one of them on and just listen song by song, I'll have good things to say about every song, because they're a great fucking band. But I really like it. I think it's such a memorable album. For not listening to it in so long, I can't believe how like much I remembered of it, and it brings me back, and it was a great time when they were doing this. That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and everybody always says how they hate Kevin Shirley's production sound and everything, but I think on this one he really got it right, and you can
Oh,
hear all
yeah,
the
it's great.
instruments. You can even hear Nico's bass drum, like how clear it is. Because on the earlier albums, you can't really decipher what he's doing because it seems because there's so many things going on in Maiden songs. But this album is just a very good mix. Just how all the instruments are just very everything. You can hear everything. Everything's up
Yeah.
front.
I agree with that.
It's
I agree.
balanced.
Definitely great
Perfectly
production.
balanced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If anything, I thought Bruce was a little low in the mix, where usually he's a little too
Right.
high, I think, at times. But I think
Yeah.
in this one he might have been a little low, but this all works really good
It
on
all
this one.
works. Yep. And yeah, it's a great
And
album.
I have a Brave New World coffee mug that I bought at that show.
Yeah. Killed it.
The only thing I'm not
That's
crazy about is the album cover. I mean,
I
it's
like
good.
the
I
album.
like it. I
I
yeah, I
like it.
like it.
It's interesting,
like
but
it.
like
Yeah.
I needed more Eddie. Like it's cool he's in the
It's part
clouds,
it's
but
part Derek Riggs and then part some other artists. It's two different
Yeah.
artists. The bottom part is like some digital kind of art,
right.
but it's better than some of the later ones for me. I
Mhm.
like it better than Senjutsu, and
Yeah, some ditches.
I like it better than the other one too. The
Book of Souls.
Book of Souls. I think it's better because both of them don't have like the background with all the little shit. I like the detail and all the
Right.
little shit. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went through it today and made some notes. Like I hadn't listened to it in forever. And I really it came back. I really liked this. I played it a lot when it was new, a whole lot. And I just feel like it's not a boring album to me. It's just it's a like Count Ralph has said, it's tons of upbeat songs on it. That's what I want to hear from Maiden. And I think Wicker Man is the greatest Iron Maiden song since Wasted Years at that period. And probably greatest since then. Because to me, they really have wrote nothing else on any of these later albums that even comes close to Wicker Man. It's just a great song. It's upbeat. It's got a great sing-along chorus in it. It's just it's great when they play it live. And we mentioned the video, was cool with the extra courses that in the course there, the extra lines in the course. Ghost and Navigator, I thought it's a solid track, heavy driving rhythm. I've always liked that one. That was what was it? Bruce Dickinson and Yannick Gears wrote that one. Brave New World, a title track, I thought was a good course. It's got a good track. It's got a good course in it. Well, it's a lot of repetitious parts in it and all, but God, man, the solo in that one was just so cool. I thought it really saved the track. Blood Brothers, I didn't like it first. It didn't do anything for me. And it took me seeing them live playing that song to really embrace it and like it. Everybody was singing along, and it's like here's a new song, and everybody was singing along to it, and I grew to love it. It's got I love the Celtic feel to it, the little Celtic guitar solo part in it's really cool. Mercenary was a Harris and Gears track, and it was another fast driving track. I thought it was kind of old. It's okay for what it is. I think it's still better than anything that they've done on the last few albums. Dream of Mirrors was a Harris and Gears track. Very repetitious chorus on that one. I only dream in black and white. I mean, how many times did he say that? But I like the song. Other than that, I like it. It's something about the lyrics I kind of relate to, I guess. It's got a hook in it. I love the part when it picks up with the galloping part at the end, because it's a slow track and it just picks up towards the end. Fallen Angel was an Adrian Smith, Steve Harris song. I thought that was cool too. All the guys were involved. Everybody wrote something on here except for Nico. Yeah. That one was just,
right.
Fallen Angel kind of reminds me of Quest for Fire for some reason. Something about that track. But it's a pretty decent track. The Nomad was the one I don't really like. I don't
Really?
like Nomad. It sounds like something off Sinjitsu. How do you say that name? It Sinjinku. What's the damn name of the last record?
Senjutsu.
Yeah, I don't like that record at all, and I don't really like the last few. It sounds somewhat it's just boring. I don't know, but it's the Out of the Silent Planet. I thought had a great
That one I didn't like.
hook to that one. I like that. That's Dickinson, Gears, and Harris did that one. But it's got a good hook in that one with the chorus and all, and it's got that cool guitar harmony in it. It's really cool. And thin was it Thin Line Between Love and Hate. That one's just too long. I usually skip that track. I remember I never played it much. I remember when hearing it, I was like, I don't remember this one that much. It was probably at the end of the CD, and I just never finished it much. But it's another repetitive chorus in that one. But it's not awful, you know. But like I said, this to me is the best out of the new stuff, out of the newer stuff. Now, I'm gonna take Ralph's idea and go back and listen to Dance of Death because I feel like I need to give that one a second chance.
Yeah, it sucks too. The font.
Now, I noticed that right before we went on tonight, I was looking at the back of it. I'm like, that looks really cheap. That looks very amateurish, the way they did the back font. Yeah. Now that the cover and everything looks cool. I like that.
I will say
They're all looking up at Eddie's crotch right there, the big Eddie that comes over.
Eddie's about to piss on him.
Yeah. Is it raining? No, it's Eddie pissing.
I don't know, Tony. Maybe you won't like Brave New World because I don't like this album, man. And I'll go through.
It might not be for everybody. It's just for me. I've always liked it, and I listen. Like I said, it's been a while, and I listen to it today. It's like, wow, this is good. You know.
You mean Dance of Death?
Wicker Man.
Hey guys, I'm gonna go. I'm not feeling that great, but I want to say I like the album. And I think the song Nomad and the Thin Line Between Love and Hate. I was actually disappointed it wasn't a cover of the Pretenders classic, but aside from that, I think it points forward to the more prog elements that they currently embrace, which I don't think is a good thing. But I do like the album quite a bit, and I like it. I appreciate it more. I didn't see this tour, but when the live album Rock in Rio came out, I appreciate it more when I heard the songs live than I did the studio versions. Then I went back and heard it and really loved it. Anyway, that's all I had to say, Ralph. Sorry I'm bailing out, but
all right, feel better.
And I hope you feel better, man.
Yeah. Thank you, gentlemen. I'll see you next week.
Right,
Speaking of live, they played 6 songs from the album live on that tour.
Well, I'm not a fan of Wicker Man. Ghost of the Navigator is my favorite track on the album. That's a great track.
It is a good song.
Yeah, real catchy, memorable.
I don't care for Brave New World.
Drums kick ass.
Blood Brothers is my least favorite. And I did see them play it live, and everybody was singing. And I was like, what a bunch of Maiden twats.
That was about Steve Harris's father. He wrote that for his father.
Well, fuck
Dream
it.
of Mirrors was my least favorite song on the album. That was my least favorite of them all, was Dream of Mirrors, but I still thought it was all right.
I like that one too. The only one is Silent Planet. I don't like.
I didn't like The Mercenary. I didn't like Dream of Mirrors. The Fallen Angel I liked a lot. That's the second song I like on here. And then the Nomad, Out of the Silent Planet, the Thin Line Between Love and Hate. We can get into. So there's 2 amazing songs on here, in my opinion, man.
The do you hear some of Quest for Fire in Fallen Angel?
I'm gonna listen to it again, and that's another song. You know what you were saying earlier about Blood Brothers. You don't like it, but then Quest for Fire did that to me. Like 30 years after the release of Peace of Mind, I never liked Quest for Fire. And one day I'm driving to work, and that came on my iPod Shuffle. I don't even know how it got on my iPod Shuffle. But when that song came on, I was like, this is fucking awesome. Yes, it's stupid. This time. But the middle section of Quest, the solo,
I love it.
Shit is fucking
Solo's good. Yeah.
dude. And the music that's going on during the solo is so fucking metal it hurts. And I love Quest for Fire now. Love that song.
I
You
love
had
the
an
movie back
earworm
in
for
the
the
day
rest of
too.
the
I think
day.
a lot of people thought of the movie and they hated the movie because there was no dialogue. But I thought it was great. If you're gonna make a caveman movie, they shouldn't be fucking talking and stuff. It should be like all grunts and stuff. So I thought it was kind of
Yeah,
cool the movie, but I haven't watched it in
I
a long
agree.
time. But
Cheech Chong's daughter's in that movie from Cheech and Chong. Ray
Yeah,
Don.
Ray Don Chong.
Yeah.
Ray
Yeah.
Don Chong.
She's married to C. Thomas Howell, or she was.
Yeah, and she was in that great movie with her, with him. What was that movie?
Soul
With
Man.
yeah,
So
that's the best movie.
Yeah.
You can't find it. You can't even find that streaming anywhere right now. You can't buy it. You can't find it.
It's been canceled.
Like the greatest
Soul Man has been canceled.
That movie.
bullshit.
That
You can find white girls though. That one with the where those guys were
Wayans
doing
Brothers. You Wayans
yeah,
Brothers
the
from
Living
Living
Color
Color.
guys.
Wayne's favorite band.
Yeah, Living Color guys. They could get away with it.
Soul Man.
Rodrigo says
Try to
Fallen
find
Angel
it.
reminds him of Massacre by Thin Lizzy.
They do a good. Maiden does a great.
Yeah, I can hear that a little bit there, Rodrigo. Yeah.
Maiden does a great cover of Massacre.
Yeah, I like Maiden's
Definitely
cover.
always been that Thin Lizzy influence with the dual guitars going. When I first got into Thin Lizzy after like only hearing Boys in Back of Town and stuff, when I first got into them, I started going, "Oh man, that sounds like Maiden." Maiden fucking kind of got it influenced by it.
Where they stole it from.
I
Yeah.
seen Maiden all over, and it really made me go, "Wow, this band's totally different than when I thought they were." I fell in love
Yeah.
with Thin Lizzy.
Steve Harris was very influenced by Lizzie and Wishbone Ash. Yeah. And Montrose. who didn't
And
who didn't
UFO
have dual
too.
guitar.
UFO.
And UFO, yeah.
Jethro Tull.
Yeah. Yep. That's where the proggy stuff starts coming out. Yeah, for sure.
The Monkees.
Yeah. I love the
Monkeys, really?
I love the Monkees version of the Trooper.
Yeah.
That was such a great. That was one of the first mashup songs. You guys remember that? That was so cool.
I don't remember.
I couldn't believe Mickey Dolenz was playing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, man.
So did we?
What did you think of it, Wayne? You really haven't told us. What did you
I was
think?
the
of
first one
album?
to talk about it.
Oh yeah. Well, you didn't
was-
go through a whole
it
lot
was-
of detail on it, so
I did enough.
Okay.
Yeah, I zoned out too, Tony, when he was talking.
Yeah, I did too.
I think you left, Ralph. Actually.
No, I was actually here. I could hear. I'm still.
That's it. I'm starting to show up with Ian.
Yeah.
People are still talking about C. Thomas Howell in the comments. The Hitcher was his best movie. Yeah, that was a great one. I got to meet C. Thomas Howell, and my wife loved him from The Outsiders. So she bought an Outsiders 8x10. But I was like, yo, where's Soul Man 8x10s? That's all I wanted was a Soul Man. But he
So
didn't,
he
he didn't have
He saw C. Thomas Howell. He said, "Do you see C. Thomas Howell?"
them. I seen him and met him.
I love the Hitcher.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was him. Thomas Howell.
Yeah.
Randy Joy
Yeah, that
says
was
Steve
awesome.
Harris liked Genesis a lot too. Yeah, that's a good point, Randy. Yep.
And the Monkees.
But Red Dawn was his best picture though. Red Dawn's fucking awesome. I love the Hitcher, but Red Dawn is fucking shit.
Yeah, that's where we murder the Ruskies. Hell yeah. America #1. Don't fuck with us. Don't fuck with us.
Roadhouse.
Yeah.
Swayze with Roadhouse in this one.
Fuck with us with Dawn is Red. That's all I'm saying.
I saw
That was
earlier
a
in
warning.
the chat.
That was a warning to the world.
I saw earlier in the chat where Al Horter said he was actually going. He might be seeing Maiden. Where did you say they were playing? You're going. He's going to.
Yeah, I saw that too.
He said he was going somewhere in soon. Was it Puerto Rico? I can't remember.
No,
Where
it
did you
wasn't
say
Puerto
you were going?
Rico.
Nah.
It's
He'll pop back up and
something,
tell us here in
I
a
don't know.
second, I'm sure. But yeah, they're playing. So yeah, man, you got to go, man. If they're playing, that's for sure.
I would like to see them in another country. Although, they play big shows here. It's just
Portugal.
Portugal.
He's
That's it.
going to Portugal. That's it. Yeah, man, you got to go see.
Let's do
And
a GoFundMe for Wayne. Let's do a GoFundMe for Wayne to see them when they play in Mexico.
yeah,
I don't
You'll
wanna
see
go
them
to
in
Mexico.
Mexico, right? You don't want to go to Mexico?
I don't
Come
know if I
on.
want to go to
Cabo
Mexico.
Wabo. They're playing Cabo Wabo.
Oh, all right, then I'll go.
sponsored by San Diego. Yeah.
You know, if it was
It would be awesome to see them in another country because I just feel like the fans in
The
the other
fans,
countries
the
are just
atmosphere is
they're
Oh,
so much
Matt,
more
into it.
into
Rio.
it.
Yeah, Rio would be
good
amazing
night.
to see almost anybody in Rio would be. They just go so much crazier down there.
when you go see them in the U.S., there's going to be about 20% of that audience just sitting down the whole time, and nobody in Europe or South America is going to sit down doing an Iron Maiden concert, unless they have to sit down in a wheelchair or something. They would even probably stand up. They'll have somebody pick them up. Yeah, I mean, their buddies that hold them up.
Yeah, half the Americans are going to be posting on Facebook, I'm at Iron Maiden, and during the show they'll be posting shit. That's always kind of weird to me. Seeing people are at the show, it's like you can't wait till your ride home to post stuff. Where you're actually in the show and you're posting like albums of the show. It's fucking weird.
I think a GoFundMe for Wayne to go to see Maiden in Mexico would work. Now, if it was a GoFundMe for him to go see Living Color, he wouldn't make a penny.
No.
Yeah.
They
Well, he
might
just
not let
saw
me
him.
back, though.
He doesn't. Well, if you go to Mexico, they might not let you
They
back.
might not let me back. ICE might detain me. Get put in those jails over there. I don't want that.
Yeah, you do look like a Pablo.
I do. I take the hat off. I got no hair, so And plus, I have MS-13 on my knuckles too, so that's not cool.
You get all sunburned down
Yeah.
there.
It also doesn't help that you have that thick Spanish accent.
yeah.
Anyway, hey, that was great, huh? What a great episode! God damn, almost.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. It's a very good episode, man.
Wait,
I like the show. I like everything about Iron Maiden. Very good. Yes.
Vote for Pedro down here.
So yeah. Anything else, guys?
Oh man, Andy Rink said,
I only dream in black and white.
Donington '88 is the biggest crowd Maiden ever did. I don't know, man. I think what was Rock in Rio? That looks like that would have been more than Donington.
Yeah, I believe.
Oh, yeah, that's the.
I believe Rock in Rio at that time broke the record. That was Iron Maiden, Queen headline, then Maiden, and I forgot there was a couple other good acts on that one. That may have been the show they ever played for.
Was that Queen with Paul Rogers?
No. This is Power Slave Tour.
Oh, you're talking about the original Rock in Rio. I'm talking about the one that they did when they show the crowd on that.
Oh,
the 2001 show. That looks.
I think they just get bigger every year. Those festivals get bigger every year, so they're just fucking gigantic. As big as
you'll see like overhead shots where it's like they've got another PA so far out in the audience and video screens, and then they have another PA and video screens going further out, and then another one because it like takes up like several cities.
That may be the biggest show they ever played, I think.
Yeah, the Russian Rio. I think every band, they always say that their biggest shows ever were in Rio, or just Brazil, somewhere in Brazil.
Yes.
Well, listen to the Halford live at Rock in Rio. God, man, that is one of my favorite live albums in more recent years, man, just to listen to that because it's got all the classic Priest stuff mixed with the Halford stuff, but man, they've got the audience mixed so well on there. I guess Roy Z probably produced it, but you hear them singing everything with Rob, singing the lyrics and stuff, and humming the melodies and stuff of the the songs. It's just that's such an amazing live album. You think about guys like 300,000 people or something. It's
Dude,
crazy.
are you talking about Live Insurrection?
Yeah. Yep.
I haven't heard that forever. I'm gonna listen to that after this episode.
Yeah. Great record. Man.
All the bands back in the day, Rio and Brazil was so starved for overseas musics and from bands coming from other countries that when any a band went down there, like watch that one Ramones documentary that they put out on DVD. When the Ramones were down there, people were lined up outside their hotel room. They treated them like they were the fucking Beatles. They're trying to leave at the end, and there's like 1,000 kids running after their car as they're leaving. And I remember like talking with my friend that was in Incantation back in the day, and he played down there with Death and Cannibal Corpse, and they only did like 2 shows. But he said that the kids were lined up outside the hotel room, like chanting, like while they're in the room, and they like look out the window and they're like fucking chanting for these underground death metal bands. And this is way back in like '99. But that's how starved they were for it. I think they get a lot more because now bands want to go down there and get that kind of reception.
Yeah.
But back then they didn't
American
go
fans are
down there,
lazy.
especially the,
Oh, come on. Let's face
but
it.
this get too much. We get, yeah.
You gotta face how much America sucks. I mean,
Yeah.
we suck so hard.
Well,
And I even have personal friends of mine that get upset over the Grammys and Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That's how much America sucks when you care about it. And America loves Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and the American Music Award and what have you. All this phony baloney shit. Man, America loves that shit. And Dancing with the Stars and American's Got Talent.
Mhm.
All that shit. I mean, that is the most phony shit. That shit don't fly, man.
Well,
Nah,
we're
I don't
we're also
understand.
spoiled though with all the like I living in New York, me and Wayne, every fucking band when they tour comes to New York. So like if you really
Yeah.
care, you can go see them. Maybe they won't hit every state and stuff, but they're coming to America, they're hitting New York. So we get spoiled and it's like, we're not going to run out and go crazy unless it's like they've never been here before or nothing. But we're not like the way they're starving for music, and we're like desensitized to like big bands coming through because they always do. New York's always
Yeah.
getting
You
everybody,
guys, you guys have like 3 major shows going on in one area at the same time. People have to choose what they're going to go
Mhm.
to, and
Oh
then
yeah,
like
all
the
the
next
time.
night they got something else, and you're like, I'm broke. I just spent all my money last night. I can't go to this other show.
Yeah,
Always something here.
yep.
Always.
Yeah, we were starved though in the 80s. Those arena shows and shit. People were starving for it in America. When it was new, I remember Peace of Mind Power Slave tours, how everybody went ape shit. But then again,
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
back then you were allowed to do drugs inside the
And back
fucking.
then we were 15, 16 years old now too. You go, like I said, you go to these shows now and they're everybody's our age, and you got some people that aren't in that great a physical condition, so they can't go nuts like they did when they were 16.
I'd say we
Yeah.
all revolt against the concert industry and say, look, let us walk in with cigarettes and pot. And let us smoke pot inside the fucking venue. That's the thing. If you come to this concert, you can't bring in your phone, but you can bring in pot and
Oh,
cigarettes.
pot's legal in New York now, so
Yeah.
people smoke everywhere, man. Like even if you just go outside where the people are smoking cigarettes, they're just fucking joints everywhere. There'll be cops 5 feet away. They don't look at you. It's like anywhere you're allowed to smoke cigarettes in New York, you're allowed to smoke pot. So I was on my way to a doctor visit not too long ago, and I'm going right into the office there right before I went into the door. Fucking guys are just sitting out there smoking a joint right as I'm walking in. It's just like everywhere. If you're allowed to smoke a cigarette, you're allowed to smoke a joint. And even if there's kids around or whatever, it's like smoking pot everywhere in New York right now. There's dispensaries everywhere you look. Like every town has a dispensary. You can go there from 10 o'clock in the morning to like 8 o'clock at night. You get any kind of shit out there.
It's all for
Gummies,
dispensaries and Starbucks.
Tomorrow here on this channel at noon, somebody donated for me to put the first Halloween movie against Halloween 2, right? and I own the box. Do I have it here? Yeah, here it is. So I want, because every Halloween I'll put on a different Halloween movie. I don't, but some of these movies I haven't seen Halloween 2 in I don't know how long. I watched them back to back, and in Halloween 2, it takes place in a hospital. There's a scene, this nurse talking to Sam Loomis, the guy that released all those Kiss videos a couple years ago. That guy is still alive. Anyway, so Sam Loomis is talking to some chick in the hospital, a nurse, and the nurse is smoking a cigarette in the hospital.
Yeah.
And if you watch Jaws,
Oh yeah,
my favorite movie all time, Jaws, the mayor, he's smoking a cigarette in the hospital. Man, and remember, I don't know if y'all, because I'm old as fuck. Man, people smoking on airplanes, I remember.
Yeah.
that's what I was about to say. That fucking airplanes is the thing that I think is crazy.
You had to put
Yeah, the
you had to put
smoking
your cigarette
section.
out for takeoff and for landing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you got to cut your phone off.
And
Yeah.
remember,
I saw a photo on Facebook today. Actually, it was an old photo from I don't know, maybe from the 1940s or something, and it was a guy dressed as a cigarette, and he was visiting
Oh yeah,
patients in the hospital, giving them cigarettes.
oh, that's awesome.
yeah. They were like the good old days when the fucking they used to drop cigarettes off at the hospital for you. If you're a patient. Fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
And then the restaurants, remember, they used to have the special back room with the smoking people.
Smoking section.
I don't know if you guys remember this. McDonald's had ashtrays with a little M in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, people eating all around.
But I remember there right before they cut off no smoking in restaurants anymore. Like if you went in a restaurant and you had 2 or 3 people, you would go in a restaurant, you want to get seated, and there's a bunch of people waiting to be seated. If you said, I'll sit in the smoking area, they'd seat you right away. Because all these families were waiting to be seated in the non-smoking area. Like the smoke's not going to just travel over there to them too. That was the most silliest part about it,
I think we should all start smoking cigarettes for all future episodes.
Yeah, I'll get the candy ones. You can still buy those.
All right, man. Let me tell you, man.
I used to get the note from my mom to go down to get a pack of Cools. She'd give me the money and a little note.
Oh yeah,
saying,
I used to
"Give
go get my
son a
dad's
pack of
cigs.
Kools."
Yeah, sure did. Hell, I didn't need a note. I just walked in and knew who I was. They're like, "Oh, yeah, that's for your dad. We'll give." Yeah,
Crazy.
Well,
for sure.
great. Any last comments from the peanut gallery?
No, Halloween 2 was everything wrong with slashers that knocked off the 78 film, lacking the grace, finesse, or atmosphere of the Carpenter classic.
Well, you will see my thoughts tomorrow, and yes, I will tell you now, that first Halloween can't be beat.
No.
It got a little too glossy, but there was some cool kills.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Halloween 2. Halloween 2 is cool.
Yeah, it was all right. It wasn't bad. I mean, it's no Halloween 1, but my favorite is Halloween 1 and Halloween 2. Halloween 3 is like my second.
Yeah.
Is that the one where
Halloween
William
3.
Shatner's killing everybody?
No, I don't know.
No, it's a William Shatner mask.
It's a
You know
mask.
that, right?
Oh.
The original Halloween mask was made out of a Captain Kirk mask.
And if you put a blonde wig on it, looks like what's her name? Oh crap! I just had it in my head.
Mariah Carey.
Mariah
Carey.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just seen
Weird.
some crazy AI images of like that face, but with like color in it and like how it would look. Like there's so many of those crazy AI things, but it's like the Halloween Michael Myers face, like, and they were showing how Michael Myers was as a kid growing up, and it was like the mask was his actual face, but it was just crazy looking.
And there's a lot of crazy AI shit going on. Like you see these old classic pictures of rock stars when they were young, and people make them move.
Yeah.
You see them moving these.
Oh
Classic,
yeah, they did.
Yeah.
it's crazy.
And they do like All in the Family as like little babies, and then they do fucking like all these old TV shows as little, The Sopranos as all little fucking like 3-year-olds.
That's so scary, man. I mean, look what they can make someone look like they're doing now. I mean, who knows?
It's gonna get worse.
It's a good thing I'm gonna die soon because this is some scary shit.
Yeah, I know, man.
I'm so afraid.
You're gonna live
my
through
son's
ever,
gonna-
forever through AI. So,
Yeah.
like Wayne's gonna keep you alive through AI after you die. He's just gonna
Uh,
compute you
Gonna
saying
have a
stupid shit.
gonna-
Like
he's gonna have a
Halloween
Ralph
is the best.
avatar.
gonna have
I
an,
love Brave New World now. That's my favorite album.
he's gonna have an avatar.
Yeah.
Have an avatar of me picking my ass. Hey, you go ahead, do it. I'm dead. I ain't gonna see it.
You can't do nothing
Speaking
then.
of which, there's several AI videos lately of Gene Simmons with like Spider-Man and
And Batman.
have you
Oh
seen
yeah,
all
with
these?
Batman. Yeah, I seen the Batman
Yeah.
one. Yeah, that was
Yeah. I mean, and it looks like him. I mean, it's crazy to what actually these
Yes.
AI videos look better than the Kiss avatars.
Yeah.
cool. Oh yeah, they're just they look perfect.
I just wish, I just hope I live long enough to see that Avatar shit fail so hard. We got 2 more years, 2 more years. And I mean, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but in order to make an Avatar show, you actually have to build a building. You
Yeah,
actually
yep.
literally have to build a building to accommodate
Yeah.
that ABBA one in Europe. It's a big arena they built just for that. You know, it's something that's a problem. So Kiss is gonna blow millions and millions and millions of dollars in Vegas to build this place for I just look, I predicted this like 10 years ago, and everybody thought I was crazy. Everybody said you're wrong. You don't know Kiss. Well, I ended up being right. I predicted 10 years ago that Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley were never going to replace themselves with other people. You know how people
Yeah,
Gene and Paul in
yeah.
interviews.
They always said that. Yeah, yeah.
And the reason they said it, and I said this back then, it's never going to happen. The only reason they're saying this to make an excuse for Tommy Thayer and Eric Singer in the classic
Get
makeup.
rid of it. Yeah, sure.
They're saying, yeah, we could get people in our makeup too, and we're going to do that. And look, I was right, you fucking Kiss twats. All you people are going, you're wrong. They're going to replace themselves. No, and
It's
people
gonna be Nick and Evan.
and people are so stupid. People actually thought they were going to actually make a TV show like Find the New Kiss. No
Yeah.
no network would carry that. You know what I mean? And the Avatar thing, nobody. I mean, nobody. And what I mean by nobody, people that are interested in the Avatar are nobodies. But everybody else,
I gotta say though, I don't think that the Avatar thing is like their idea. It's not something that they invented. So when these buildings go up, it's not gonna be like they're the ones that are putting all the buildings up.
It's
It's
Pop
gonna be
House.
it's not gonna be just Kiss doing it. You're gonna get fucking Prince and Michael Jackson and all them fucking idiots all at the same time doing it. It's not like Kiss came up with this idea. We're gonna invent this thing. If they're the ones that are out there promoting it and saying that, but it's not their fucking brainchild, you know. The technology didn't come from
I predict the
fucking
biggest
Austin.
one's gonna be the Ozzy one that Sharon's gonna do. Yep,
Yeah,
probably will be.
there's gonna be it's gonna be every fucking band that's ever died. You'll have the Doors, you'll have Jimi Hendrix, you'll have them all. Queen will be back. Everybody will be back.
Beatles.
No one will
Yeah.
go see new bands no more. All the new bands won't get no ticket sales because everybody's seeing the legends.
I'm gonna go see
Through
the
Avatar.
living color avatars. I hear they're gonna be better.
I heard it's a puppet show, really.
Well, the Almost
Yeah.
Human one I heard is going to be a puppet show. Like you go to the avatars, they're all puppets
It
flying
is.
around and stuff.
Ralph's already got
Yeah.
a puppet
I
of
heard
himself.
Thrasher
he's already
died.
way ahead of.
Thrasher.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got it right over. Look, it's in camera. It's in camera view. There he is. He's hanging out with Art the Clown.
Well, you can't see it really, but I put up all these posters today.
Yeah, man, I saw the photos today. That was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got more posters to put up in my garage, actually. My garage looks badass. I bought, my brother told me, you need to buy this, like, this rack thing, you know, that you can put in the garage and put your stuff. So I bought one. So I'm gonna buy one if I, and I'll buy others later. Man, I bought one. I built it yesterday. I don't need to buy another one. Everything fit on that thing. No, except, I mean, I have a lot of boxes in the house, which are all my books and all my Blu-ray DVD things, which I'm buying. It's coming Monday. I'm getting the DVD thing, but then I got to get one for the books. And once I get my bookshelf, dude, that's it, man. My house is complete.
Awesome.
Great.
Yeah,
Awesome.
it's awesome. Yes, it is.
And then
awesome.
so fans send him more stuff. He needs to build more racks.
Exactly, and even a couple of those posters I have of presents.
Yeah.
Armored Saint. I'll tell you something funny about the Armored Saint. Too bad I can't show you. David Pritchard signed his name real big on it, and I needed Joey Vera and John Butcher, Gonzo and Phil sign it. So when I met them, I had them sign it, and I go to Joey. Joey, is that David Pritchard's autograph? And he goes, that's David Pritchard's autograph when he's drunk. He would sign his name like that, drunk. And he like when he wasn't drunk, it was a nice little autograph. But it's like real big. And I was like, that's cool. I got a David Pritchard autograph while he was drunk. Awesome. Anyway,
That's cool.
so that is
Hey, man,
it.
Deadeye wants to borrow your puppet to tour burglars. It says.
Yeah, the puppet
And the
will.
art.
A lot of people are clamoring for the puppet to make a return on my channel. It will, but you're gonna have to give me a little while, because that puppet's falling apart. I need to, stitch it up a little bit. But it's been through hell, on the move. Half his body was over here. It's just, and the hair, like you can't even comb that hair no more. It's just a fucking mess. Hey, cool, got a puppet. I'm the only guy in Thrash or Die that got a puppet. Like the whole band was puppets, and all of them fucked up. They didn't get their puppet. I did.
How did they not get their puppet?
My puppet, the fuck puppet.
They didn't take
The,
it. They just
the
left it there
Muppet
or something?
Master.
Because Ralph took his. He
I
took his.
know.
Everybody else left.
I don't mean to get graphic, but that puppet actually had sex with a girl. For real. Actually, they put
Way to go, puppet.
a vibrator and rode him. I filmed it. True story.
And that will be on next week, kids.
Next week.
Yes. Next week's episode. Yeah.
Actually, it's true. It actually is true.
But I'm not doubting it.
Yeah.
Ralph would turn the lights out. Ralph would turn the lights out and say, "I'm gonna eat you out now." And then all of a sudden he grabs the puppet, just sitting in the back, watching TV as he's fucking with the puppet, fucking eating it out.
That puppet, and then there was another time with two girls, but they didn't have sex with them. But I took pictures of all the two girls making out in front of them and making out with them. Took pictures of that too. And then
Who would have thought puppets could do this?
and then after that, I had sex with those two girls. And both those
Good
girls,
old puppet.
both the girls, if you added both their ages together, they still weren't as old as me.
Oh man!
What do you say?
So you get a puppet. You get a puppet made. You get a puppet made of you. That's it, man.
TMI.
Yeah, I got
God damn, you got a
TMI.
puppet made of him.
yeah,
I hear sirens. I don't know what that's for though.
Anyway, so great episode, everybody. I want to thank Ralphie and Wayne as always. Next week, boy, we got a great show next week, and I don't know what the fuck it is. There you go.
Puppets.
I was gonna say,
Puppets will be involved.
Gonna
I
be
got-
the best show we've ever done.
I got the Trooper mug. You got the Killer's mug, even cooler.
Nope, he's got the troopers.
Wayne,
mug, too.
Wayne, I saw a comment earlier that said, "When's Chris Caffrey going to come on and ignore
Yes. That's right.
That was great.
That was fun.
Wayne?" Wow. All right. Well, cool.
What do you got? I knew he was getting something.
Almost
That's
human live. Almost human.
Well,
I
now
bet
I'm
we're
he'll
ready
gonna,
for the
start sing-
puppet show.
He's gonna
Now-
sing. He's gonna sing the Quinn song, "Farewell in the Dew."
Yeah.
Oh, spare fair Spanish lady. Smack-a-ma-gob! Smack-a-ma-gob!
I haven't seen it in a long, long time, but there was a guy that did shark puppet videos. You ever seen those? It looked just like that shark puppet. It was hilarious. It was really like the puppet would get hit.
Hey, does the puppet know fish heads? Fish
I'm
heads, fish heads.
gonna send you guys a link to the shark puppet. You gotta see these videos. I haven't seen it.
This song ain't about no tuna fish.
Yeah, there you go.
This song ain't about no trout. This song is called Smack-a-ma-gob.
So we'll leave you with
Yeah.
that. The shark puppet. One day we're gonna have the shark puppet and the fuck puppet like go at it. So
sounds hot.
thank you everybody tuning in. Really do appreciate it. Please subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe to Rat Salad Reviews. Please subscribe to Tony's Metal Emporium. And
Rock Fantasy Files.
Rock Fantasy Files, yeah.
yeah, Rock Fantasy Files.
Oh, and go to this. What is this thing? Hold on a minute. I sent the thing for before. I don't know.
Sea of
If you're friends with me on
Tranquility.
Facebook, go to my Facebook, and there's a thing for my band. We're in some kind of contest right now, and you
Yeah.
can win
Yeah,
I
$50,000.
voted for you. I
appreciate
voted
it.
for you, and I don't even know what it's about.
I don't
Yeah.
either. When I did
I
it, when
voted
I
too.
saw it, it was Alice Cooper was like a part of it, and apparently we can win like $50,000. So
Always to see if you can open for Living Color.
yeah, it's
Well,
tophitmaker.org, and I guess you just go on there and look for Severed Angel and just hit vote for Severed Angel.
that'd be fucked up if Alice Cooper wins and gets $50,000.
Well, no, we're gonna get the.
It's one of those things where you got to vote every day, like with Tony's fucking dog was in the
Yeah,
fucking competition every day.
yeah, I
I
think
voted like
so.
100 fucking times for his dog, and then it's like they
Thank
want you $10. You could get 10 votes, and you
Yeah,
know,
it's
is
pretty
it
much
going to
the
be every
same
day? Or,
shit.
Racket.
oh
You
yeah,
can- you can- you can
I
vote
voted
one
once. That's all.
I'll vote again.
Yeah, just it once, one time. only.
I'll remember that.
I'll never be in one of those things. So
That's
okay.
it's all bullshit anyway, but who knows? So anyway, tophitmaker.org. Right?
There we go, everybody. All right, thanks.